we're so opinionated, you can't put us in a box.
But if you want that temple, it's a box you gotta watch.
Jack Zulu,
Kool-Aid Rockstar,
And Screw Love,
we're in the spot.
and we're so damn sexy.
Even grandma got a watch. Jokes on jokes on jokes,
I swear you'll laugh till you can't breathe.
And if you're feeling down, I guess it's Temple that you need.
Gather around, we'll have you laughing like you're mental.
Yeah.
Breathe deep, I wanna hear you scream.
50 Shades of Grey. Scale.
It's summertime, London. Everyone's trying to be fresh and fine. Let me tell you right now. I've been on the train, I've been on the bus, doing the commute as you do, and I've seen some feet. No acceptable. It is summer, yes, but that does not mean that you can get those feet out. Make sure the feet are ready for public display if they're going to be displayed publicly.
I wanna lick you from your head to your...
The reality is, there are a large number of men and women walking around with these things on display that don't need to be on display. I have a foot fetish. I am a fan of feet, and I understand that not all feet can look pretty. But if you have ghouls on the ends of your shins, as Lethal B said, leave it, yeah? Don't expose them to open air, the same air that we have to breathe. It's not acceptable.
Because you know we had the black test. I have an ugly foot test. This is how we do it. Stand up, look at your feet, and name them. If your name's Towanda, but your feet look like your name's Tony, it probably is Tony. With a Y. If your feet look like they have invisible toe separators, and you're constantly counting, Tony.
If your heel looks like the face of a flesh-coloured mountain, don't wear Havaianas.
If your toes look like you could kill a white walker with ease, stop it.
You know what actually gets me mad? Is when you got ugly feet and you know you got ugly feet. You know you do. You know how you know? Because you can play the knife game on the table with your foot. You know you got ugly feet. You know, but you still, what you do? You paint your nails. You paint your toenails. You're having a laugh, mate. Don't do that. Like, what made you look at your feet and say, you know what, could jazz this up right now?
If your Havaianas are stopping your feet from exfoliating the pavement,
if your feet look like you have either walked through the valley of the shadow of death or tap dance on 10 bags of flour, stop it.
if you got your hair did, nails did, everything did, but that was 3 months ago, don't wear Havaianas.
If your flip-flops end here and your toes end here, stop it.
If cream and your foot have such a bad relationship that it ends up on Jeremy Kyle, don't wear Havaianas.
If your toes look like Lloyd Christmas, like those who know,
If Montel had to sit down to offer your foot counsel regarding the cream situation, don't wear Havaianas.
If your toenails are constantly caressing the concrete and the concrete ends up hurt every time,
If Valerie Spiridonov is offering you the foot transplant, don't wear Havaianas.
if your toes would allow you to climb a tree or ascend Everest hands-free,
People often ask me, Mandela. People often.
if your toes look like they have been the victim of a vicious war which mercilessly ravaged what was once a beautiful land, stop it.
People often. People often ask me, Mandela, what is your deepest fear? It's when a girl's foot is like apartheid. Oh, no way. Oh. Yeah. When you paint your toenails and you leave it so long it's chipped so your toes look pixelated.
If any of these things apply to you, and seriously, flip-flops, sandals, or anything that allows those monstrous atrocities to be on display are simply not for you. You just need to stop it. Put them away. All the way away. In fact, if your feet look like a slave master would be doing you justice by giving you the Kunta Kinte treatment.
Children in need of discipline.
So, me and the brothers from the temple were flicking through the Insta and we see this young brother. He said he's 12 years old. He was giving his mum the vocal cords. The kind of cords you can't give to your parents because you might die or they might change your appearance. Did you see what I did there? Boom, bang, break. So,
I'm coming back in 2010. I don't care. I'm gonna feel like coming back. You see, you work when you feel like working. I come up when I come back. No other boss of me. I'm 12 years old. I'm gonna do what I want. If I get killed, I get killed.
What did he just say? I come back when I want to come back. I'm 12 years old. If I die, I get... No.
if I get killed, I get
If
killed.
I get killed, I get killed.
If I get...
What? First of all, who in the blue hell do you think you are? You're 12 years old. Child, this is one of the differences between children of this generation and children of our generation and those gone past. Especially when you consider specific ethnic persuasions. If you eat, I would not even have thought about responding to my mother in that way. I tell you right now, if I had, I would not be here. The moment you open your mouth to say some nonsense like that, your mum would just look at you and say, are you done? And I will know, I am done.
I don't get it. Because if I was a kid and I said those things to my mum, before she even had a chance to react, I'd start crying at that Nigerian kid. I would grow nostrils on my forehead so the bogey would go all the way down my face to my chin before anything even happened, because I would know the future. Without knowing the future, I would know. Because you know what's worse than the beating? It's that 10 minutes of waiting for the beating. You know that 10 minutes where you're like crying, you gotta catch your breath because you know the beating is gonna be serious. He swore at his mum. Where do I start? My mum can make another me, do you know what I mean? So she could take me off the planet quick. Where did you get off talking to? I wanna beat this kid now, but now I gotta put it into perspective. Why has his mum not put the discipline down? Why didn't she put her foot? What has she been doing? Like, she stood there like, well, what's she doing? Like, yeah, you get killed, you get killed. Was she hearing them out? Parents don't hear the kids out in my generation. They don't hear you out. In fact, I don't know what I was gonna say. I got scared of the beating in my head.
See, this is my problem with social integration. Not every child will receive a beating. By default, it's just kind of just how it is. Certain ethnicities, they feel freely to beat their kids, and others, they don't. They like to talk. But what happens is when these different kids from these different ethnic backgrounds mix in the streets, where it's hard out here, they get to learning about each other's culture, but not really considering their own. So this young boy of 12 has obviously been hanging around with some roadmans. They may not be from the same ethnicity, but they definitely are road, as you can tell from his gestures and the fact that no one to boss of me, and if I get killed, I get killed. He didn't know that, yeah? He didn't know that from Disney. Because when I was 12, I didn't know about getting killed, you know, blood. I didn't know that. I knew about mermaids, I knew about jungles, I knew about lions and kings, and I knew about Agrabah. That's what I knew about, yeah? When I came home to my mum, I said, Mum, where's the lamp? Not if I get killed, I get killed. If my mum starts chatting S to me, I'm looking for the lamp to wish for better things. That's my upbringing. I'm looking for the magic carpet to fly me away. You know, shining, shimmering splendor. But he's obviously learned some things, and he thinks he's the boss of himself, even though he's sitting on his mum's couch in his mum's yard, wearing clothes that his mum's bought for him, holding an iPhone that he obviously couldn't pay for, because how can you work at 12? It's illegal. But still, he is his own boss, and he will have to pay for his own funeral.
As the boy says, you go to work when you want to go to work. His mother has already, for what, because I don't know her situation, the child is old enough to be at school, so she could work in the hours that he's at school. Maybe she's not well, I don't know, but she's not working, and he has come to the understanding that she isn't doing her job as a parent, so he doesn't respect her as a parent. This is why he doesn't respect himself. A child will begin to respect themselves based on how they feel about the parent, and you as the parent are the ones who needs to teach them respect. My grandma never hit me once in my life. My grandma had this thing called the look. If I was doing something and my grandma looked at me a certain way, even if I didn't know why what I was doing was wrong, I'm out. Oh, this thing I shouldn't. Okay. You don't even have to tell me why I shouldn't be doing it. That look tells me I'm about to get messed up, so I better stop. I remember having a diary as a kid, and this is where you voice these things, but I was so afraid that if it came to light what I was saying, that I would catch a beating anyway. I'd write the things in the diary, and then I would tear it out and rip it up. Like, I got it out. Okay, now, evidence gone.
Daniel, you wrote this about me? Please together. Why wrote this about me? So I had to do that. Oh my god. Yeah, wait. You ripped it up.
I did.
I found this crinkle up in the bin, Daniel.
Yeah, you're kind of stupid.
You think I don't know what the big bad master is?
I'm gonna beat you for every piece of paper I put together.
Seriously, parents, be parents. If you as a parent are a parent, it allows your child to be a child, and that child is not a child.
Kids, don't let your friends gas you up, yeah? What happens in the street and what happens at home is two different things, because your boys aren't going to take the beating with you. They ain't going to be around. And this is the problem. When I was a kid, I could be outside like, shut up, bruv, your mum's butters. What? I'll punch you in the face. And then your mum calls you like, yeah, mum? Your voice changed. Okay, I'll be in. Shut up, blood, it's my mum, innit? I knew where that line was. Now, I will cuss all day in the street. But as soon as mama says, come in, okay, I'll be there. I ain't stupid. So this boy is stupid enough to take the street into his house. He deserves them licks, boy. The look is very important. The look. If someone can give you that look and you just know, whatever I'm doing, stop. Stop right there. Because the look is... It's a lot of you parents won't ever have that power to give the look. You give the look and be like, Timmy, please stop. It's like, that's your look. He ain't gonna do that. He'll look you back, right back and be like, he'll give you the look like, Mom, sit down. Sorry, Timmy. The look's very important. But yeah, don't get gassed up and bring the street into your house.
So they've both mentioned the look, but I'm guessing not everybody knows what the look is. Because it is generically generically, it's a black kind of thing. Generically. I know definitely some white people have got the look as well.
I know Saudis get it.
Saudi? They might give you the look too. But it's definitely not the hey girl come over here type look. It's nothing nice, isn't it? The look, I'll explain it to you in case you're a child, like this guy featured in the video, and you've, got a bit of an attitude and you're trying to straighten out your ways but you don't know exactly what's going on. The look is sort of this emotionless look that your parent gives you, where they connect both eyes with yours and they say nothing. And they're not smiling, they're not angry, they're not sad, they're just doing what they were doing, then they look. When the look is just serious and you don't hear your name, but you're hearing whispers like spirits are talking to you, you're receiving the look, understand it, park your behavior. Even take a knee. Because you might have to start ghost walking or whatever that thing they was doing in what I film.
In After Earth.
There you go.
Yeah.
They're giving you a look. You just stop. Imagine there's whatever that alien thing was around you. You need to start ghosting. You need to become calm. Like just all of that ego that made you feel like you're the boss. I'm the boss of me. Done. You're 12 years old, blood. 12. It doesn't take like to reverse 12 years. It doesn't take a long. Do you know what I mean? You haven't been there that long. Like there's certain series that are watching it. They're older than you, bruv. they're still going. Like they started before you was born and they're still going. You know, a lot can happen in 12 years, a lot can happen in 10 seconds. People lose their life every day. You can become one of them, or you can stay in planet Earth. You understand what I'm saying? Ghosting, just calm it down. You received a look. Like there's no emotion. That means this person is ready to kill. Do you understand? It's like a predator. When a lion sees the prey, it's like before they all playing, scratching each other, jumping around. Then they see the things. They're gonna kill it. This is, I'm a killer. Killers don't look like, blood everywhere, I'm a psycho. No, they look like this.
Seriously, children, don't let that boy be an example of what you should be. He's doing you no justice. Calm yourself. If my child will never get to that point. But if I have to look at my child like that, that look means calm yourself before I calm you.
Calm yourself before you harm yourself. Yeah? That's gonna be my parent in lyric. Because when you receive a beating from me, I didn't beat you, you beat yourself.
And this week's sacrifice, Kim Kardashian on a pole again.
Yeah, so at this year's Glastonbury festival, Kanye West performed, did the thing, and in the audience was none other than the biggest flag with Kim and Ray J performing the act of the
You're an idiot.
Yeah. So it was a pretty big flag and it was being waved around in the air whilst Kanye performing. And I was just like, that is deep. Both it was deep in her mouth, obviously, but I mean it's deep, innit? It's not nice to do.
For me, it was just really petty. It's entirely unnecessary. The reality is, you can't just go out and buy that flag. So somebody went through the trouble of getting the image and maybe screen capping it. They had to get the image and then blow it up somehow. I also want to know the place that they went to. Did they blow it up themselves, or did they have to go to a shop and say, can I get an enlargement of this? Because as the person, like, it's just, the whole thing is ridiculous. Go to the festival and enjoy yourself, enjoy the music. Why take all that negativity there? It's just ridiculous. If you don't like Kanye, you don't like Kanye. But you don't need to do that. It's just, you don't do them things, man. It's just disrespectful. It's just disrespectful. It's disrespectful and it makes you look like an idiot. I hope that you see this video and I really, really hope that somebody takes that flag and beats you to death with it. That's a little extreme. But the thing is, you're an asshole.
Can't say that.
Why?
The whole makes it swear words.
I'm 12 years old, man.
You know it wasn't me.
It was that boy, isn't it? He was in the audience.
That's what happened. That's what happened when he came home. That video was basically him coming back home.
No, seriously, it's childish, it's petty, it's unnecessary. I do wonder though, was the person holding the flag in the northwest orientation?
First of all, whoever did this is a loser. You went and spent your little money on a flag, but you also bought a ticket for Glastonbury. You're an idiot. You're a mug, mate, basically. But my biggest problem with this whole thing is this, yeah. There's a lot of people hating on Kanye and it's like, I don't get it. If you don't like him, just avoid him. But on Facebook, I see the picture and I'm reading the comments and half the people are like, that's a bit stupid. But a lot of people are like, yeah, that's right, Derek. Someone's got to put him in his place, innit? He's a mug. Yeah, I know what you mean, Trevor. Yeah, I can't stand him and his stupid wife. I'm like, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. But you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say it. I feel like people use Kanye as this like person they can just fuel their anger. You know, they lost their job. I'm gonna talk about Kanye. Their girlfriend dumped them. I'm gonna talk about Kanye. But at the end of the day, Kanye is living his dream. He's sleeping with his dream woman. You're waving a flag that you paid for. You. Waving a flag, and I bet you and your friends like you're a legend, mate. Bob's a legend.
He's a ledge.
You're not a ledge, mate. You should jump off the ledge. You're not a ledge, bro. You're not. Cause like, what's your and it's a bit dated if you think about it because People were making the whole, Kanye West is marrying Kim Kardashian, but she did a sex tape with Ray J and ha ha ha. First of all, it's been years now. Second of all, your girl's probably done worse, but she didn't make no money off the film that was made of her. That just got sent to people's phones. So let's calm down on that situation. Hate on Kim Kardashian all you want, but she took a sex tape and turned it into what? $1 million business. What about your girl that's still getting shared online, but Kanye West does music, sells millions, sells out tours.
You make flags.
You're there making flags with your. I mean, you know what? In fact, we shouldn't sacrifice him because I feel sorry for him now. This was the highlight of his year. This is gonna. But think about it. If you're him, this is the highlight of your year.
It's the highlight of his life, probably.
This is it. Remember that time I went to Glastonbury, innit? Like Kanye was on stage, the mug, innit? The Muppet. That's your highlight of your life. Your kids are gonna look at you like in the future and be like, why did mum even let you here?
Will the real Rachel Dolezal please stand up? If your feet are so ashy and so dry that Rachel Dolezal can claim them as her own and you're not the same ethnicity as Rachel Dolezal, don't worry, I'll be honest.
If you're gonna paint your toenails, please do it right. If it looks like you've just gone and you've just got splodges just sitting on your nail and your toes at the same time, you have not even tried. If you don't know what you're doing, go see Mei Ling. And if Mei Ling will not accept you, toes are not for you. Go to
Toes are rough.
That's what I was gonna say, and I couldn't get it out. You need to take a trip to Toes R Us and speak to Jeffrey, because there's millions of Jeffrey under one roof. And do something. Pick up a new pair. Pick up a new pair.
If Puff Daddy looks at your foot, goes to church, comes back with holy water and says, take that, take that, take that. That always has the answer. If you're a land mammal and your foot looks like it belongs to a reptilian, don't worry, I'll be honest, bro. If a poacher severs your foot so they can make exotic handbags.
If you look like you are successfully practicing the dragon claw technique with your feet, just please stop it.
If your foot is looking like 50 Shades of Grey, that's dry, it's dry.